Scabies, it is nothing but an itchy skin condition which is caused by a tiny burrowing mites called as Sarcoptes scabiei. Okay, so the intense itching occurs in the area where the burrow starts. Okay, so the mites where it starts burrowing, there you can see very intense itching condition in that place. The urge to scratch, the urge to scratch that particular part is there, it is very strong in the night condition. You can see as this in the first step, the female mites, okay, what they are doing, they are burrowing inside the skin and they will lay the eggs, and further this eggs will hatch and form the larvae. So whatever the larvae is formed here, okay, so what it will do, it will molt in those nymphs, and these larvae and nymphs are found in the short burrows called as molting pouches. So the mating occurs after the male penetrates into those pouches of the adult female. So this you can see how this process is taking place, and the condition will lead to scabies. Moving on to the diagnosis part. So diagnosis, mainly the PCR has been done. PCR is polymerase chain reaction test, in which the scraping of the skin is used for this PCR test, and an advanced genetic test that can identify material even in a very small part of the parasite's body. So this PCR has been done to diagnose it whether it is scabies or not. Then we do the ink test. Ink test is nothing but it is to identify the burrows created by the scabies mite, so that ink will identify it, and this involves placing a small sample, or you can say special ink on that area of the skin where the burrow is appearing, and wiping it away, and then seeing if some of the ink will remain downside the burrows, then we can say it is a scabies condition. Next, when we do microscopic examination, the only way to be certain that your rash and itching are caused by scabies is to identify the mites itself. So in microscopic examination, we identify the mites, and the rash that scabies induces is easy to see, but the actual scabies mite is very tiny and it is invisible to the naked eye condition. Here you can see how the scabies usually look like. Move on to the signs and symptoms. So symptoms of scabies are usually itchy, which tend to be more intense at the night, and the pimple like rash you can see in the picture how it was. And scabies rash can appear on any part of your body, but the most common sites we can see is the wrist, we can see it in the elbows, we can see it in the armpits, skin between the fingers, toes, nails, skin, usually it covered by the clothing. So as the buttocks, the belt line, the nipple and the penis region are mainly affected, and infants and young children have the scabies rash on their head, face, neck, palm and the soles. So these all are the signs and symptoms of the scabies. So next is the impetigo condition. So it is a common and highly contagious skin infection that mainly affects the infants as well as the children. And impetigo usually appears as a red sores on the face, and especially around the children's nose and mouth, as you can see in the picture over here, and usually on the hands and feet also it can be seen. So the sores burst and it develops a honey colored crust over there. And we look at the causes of impetigo. Impetigo occurs when the skin becomes infected with bacteria, usually the Staphylococcus aureus and Streptococcus pyogenes. Okay, so the bacteria can infect the skin in two ways: through a break in otherwise healthy skin, such as the cut, insect bite or any other injury. This is known as the primary impetigo. Through skin, damaged skin, by another underlying skin conditions such as head lice, scabies, eczema. So this all is the secondary impetigo. The bacteria can spread easily through close contact with someone who has the infection, such as the direct physical contact or by sharing the towels. As the condition doesn't cause any symptoms until 4 to 10 days after the initial exposure to the bacteria, it's often easily spread to other very unintentionally. And when you consider children and the people with diabetes or any kind of weakened immune system, they either due to the the conditions like HIV or any chemotherapy they are undergoing, so they are most in a more risk they are of developing this impetigo condition. Next is the types of impetigo. Impetigo contagiosa, bullous impetigo, ecthyma impetigo. So these are the three types that you can see. And in impetigo, the itchy sores is there, whereas impetigo contagious condition, what it is there, you can find the itchy sores. There is no fever normally, where along with that you can see there is a swollen lymph node in the affected area. When we see the bullous impetigo, it is painless fluid filled blisters which break and scrap with the yellow crust, and there is red and itchy skin around those sores. So when we see ecthyma, it is more serious, penetrates to the dermis layer of the skin, and the painful fluid or pus-like sores that turn into deep ulcers, usually on the legs and the feet. And this is a character of that, and a hard, thick, grey, yellow crust covering the sores. Swollen lymph glands in the affected area. So these are the types of impetigo. There you can see the subtypes: non-bullous impetigo, bullous impetigo, and ecthyma. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share the video and subscribe the channel.